Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the KP show. This is going to be an explosive episode because the India tour to Australia squads have been announced. There is a huge news that Rohit Sharma has been sacked from his ODI captaincy. We are going to be breaking down that aspect from different perspectives, both from the selectors, from Rohit Sharma himself, the coach, and the overall team perspective. Apart from that, we'll also talk about some surprise inclusions slash exclusions, some continuity, and everything surrounding those two squads. And with respect to the test match that India and West Indies recently played, so we wanted to do a dedicated video for it, but then it didn't feel important enough to do it because I think it was a pretty straightforward test match where India just smashed West Indies. And it was an incredible performance from India. And West Indies didn't even look like posing any kind of challenge. So actually, the video we should be making it is how can ICC and especially BCCI, because BCCI is one of the biggest stakeholders for Test cricket, how they can make Test cricket more exciting. WTC is a good way to do that, but I think certain things need to be revisited. We can make a separate video on that later, but as of now, we'll strictly restrict this podcast to discuss about the squads that are going to Australia. There's a lot to cover, so sit tight and hear our thoughts. And also, it is important for you guys to share your thoughts as well, because that is how we can make this discussion an engaging one. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. Pratik, let's start with the T20I squad. I think this is a bit straightforward, in my opinion. I'll just announce it again for the benefit of the viewers. Suryakumar Yadav as the captain, he continues. Shubman Gill, the vice captain. Abhishek Sharma, Tilak Verma, Nitish Reddy. So Nitish Reddy comes in for Hardik Pandya, who is injured. Again, this is a fair selection. Even if Hardik Pandya wasn't injured, I would have loved to have Nitish Reddy in the squad because he's the next guy that we are grooming to be the next Pandya. So him, then Shivam Dubey, Akshar Patel, Jitesh Sharma, Varun Chakravarti, Jasprit Bumrah, Arshdeep Singh, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana, Sanju Samson, Rinku Singh, and Washington Sundar. So Washington Sundar is the additional exclusion, which wasn't part of the Asia Cup squad, but he's part of this squad, if I'm not wrong. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Maybe they just wanted to try out Washington for a few matches, which is fair also because Washington Sundar is somebody who has been part of the T20 setup. Although he doesn't get all the games, but he's here and there he has been tested. So I think from a testing perspective, it makes sense. We'll see. We'll see how the 11 lines up. So it's difficult for him to get a game, I believe, because Akshar, Kuldeep, and Varun are the three spinners. I don't think you would play a fourth spinner in Australia. It's not Dubai. So it'll be interesting how he fits into the squad. So I don't think there are any surprises here. It's a pretty continuous squad that we had in the Asia Cup. Again, Shreyas Iyer is not there. Yashasvi Jaiswal is not there. All those kind of stuff we have already talked about. But let's hear your thoughts as well.
okay. So I can put it in this way. What I see is for the Australia series, you have to play an additional pacer alongside Jasprit Bumrah. And Agarkar clearly said that we are going to play Bumrah all the T20 games leading up to the World Cup, 15 of them, I think, five each
Hmm.
against Australia, South Africa, and New Zealand. So that's the plan as of now. So Bumrah is going to play, and I think the combination of the wrist spinner do wonders in the Asia Cup, which were in the which were in Dubai. So I think these three will be a fix, I believe. So as you said, Washington can only come in as an exchange for Akshar Patel, which I don't see happening. Reason being, Akshar
Happening.
Patel
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong to get dropped. Whenever he was thrown the ball, he bowled well. Whenever he was uh, asked to bat, maybe not at his favorable position or the entry points, that could have been managed a bit well. But I think that is just a problem with the game time because he was not playing any cricket since the IPL, I believe. Maybe some domestic tournaments here or there, or lack
Okay.
of cricket, I believe. So I think Akshar Patel will come good with the increase in game time. Nitish Reddy is a very interesting inclusion, I believe, and I have always said that he is too good a batsman to bat in the lower order. I think he has the game and he has all the gears to bat somewhere in the top four or even at max at five. He is too good a batter to bat lower than five, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh, and he can bowl some overs as he did in the BGT as well as in the England tour away. But he has to be very careful on the side strain part going forward. And I really don't understand his inclusion in the 11 in the first Test match against West Indies. He neither had a chance to bowl. I think he bowled 2 or 3 overs in the first innings and didn't bat. And again, in the second innings, didn't get a chance to bowl. So not sure how they are going to pump in confidence into him if they are not giving him to step on that pitch.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's see what happens. And the problem again, I think it's the same. How are we going to manage the top five along with Samson? Because Samson also looked very rusty at number five, although it's a new role for him. But given the experience that he possesses and the talent he has, I think he could have done slightly better at the Asia Cup.
Hmm.
But it's fine as we won the game. And Surya has to get the runs because it's high time now because it's over a year now. He has an average of 14 or 15. I was going through the stats since he became the captain. I think 4 games away at South Africa and the remaining in the Asian conditions somewhere, some in Sri Lanka, some in Dubai, and the rest in India. So
Hmm.
that is a huge point of concern given the World Cup is in India. But I think Surya is going to come good. I think it has happened to him in the past as well, and he came back really well. I hope he does
Yeah.
come back well. And
Yeah.
what about the problem point is still remains the same, I believe, the inclusion of Shubman Gill. And the problem, what I believe is even Ashwin on his channel said in the conclusion of Asia Cup that we have to give Yashasvi Jaiswal a go. Because see, Yashasvi
Hmm.
Jaiswal is as good a batter that you
Yeah.
can get. I think he peaked really well in the T20s. I think alongside Gill, I think in the 22 season, I think when they reached the final, Josh Butler and all, he really picked after the season in 2023. I think he got terrific runs
Yeah.
and a very good strike rate as well. Got off 13
Yeah.
ball 50
600
or
plus
something.
runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 ball
600 plus
50 as
runs
well.
at a strike rate of over 150 or 160, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a
Even
phenomenal
got
season
a
for him.
even got a 13 ball 50, I think, against KKR at the Eden Gardens.
Hmm.
They were chasing 160. They finished up in 11, 12 overs. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jaswal was really good, and I think you can say I don't want to mince my words, but they did it wrong because he
They
was
did
your opener.
absolutely.
Yeah,
They
right.
did him
So
wrong, absolutely. And again, this also goes for the one day format as well. We'll discuss about it when we talk about the one day setup. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
just wanted to point it out. I think
L-
Jaiswal is the most unfortunate player at this point of time. The one guy who actually had the ability to play all three formats, but is constantly being, stopped at Test cricket and not being given an opportunity in other formats where we know that he will thrive. So.
and the problem I believe with this decision, they are not cricketing reasons. That is the
Yeah,
sad part about.
that
That
is
is
the
the
sad part.
sad part.
Exactly.
They're
Mm.
non-cricketing reasons. Like means
Yeah,
if we look at the timelines, he was your opener till the 2024 World Cup. You made
yeah,
some strategic changes for whatever
yeah,
reasons. You pushed him to the bench. Then, after the conclusion of the World Cup and the two stalwarts going out, it was pretty clear how it will shape up. Okay, Shubman comes back in as the second opener, and Yashashvi automatically walks in. So I don't understand what happened. Then one was asked to focus on both of them were sent to play the Test cricket in Australia. They missed the South Africa series. These two go all guns blazing, Abhishek and Samson, and things happen out. But
yeah,
if first we need to understand why at first place Shubman was given the vice captaincy in the Sri Lanka series, if you remember last year. That is
Hmm.
something that was also unanswered. Because someone walks into your squad who was not even a part of your squad and he becomes the vice captain directly. It's like you're
Yeah,
guaranteeing him a place by making him the vice captain. And
yeah,
in a way, what
yeah,
you did here is you made him the vice captain. That means Jaiswal is out of the contention because this guy is going to open. Nothing against him as a player. I love him a lot. But
yes,
the problem is it is causing, means it is harming other people in different ways. Jaiswal goes
yeah,
out of the
exactly.
picture.
Yeah,
Now, as Jaiswal, as he will open, then Samson has to move out. If
yeah,
Samson goes downwards, then Rinku Singh is a collateral damage. He goes out. And if Samson plays in the middle order, Shreyas Iyer automatically misses out. So with one selection,
yeah,
you you discarded three selections who were as good as him. Maybe better at
yeah,
his positions, better at the positions that they play, content for. So that is
exactly. And
something
that
I think
in
that is something
that,
that
that is
makes
the
us
core
very
problem. That is actually the core problem, and I think the thing is it was self-inflicted. Our T20I setup was going absolutely all guns blazing. It was all set, but this one inclusion changed things. Anyways, we've talked about it enough. I think this Australia tour is going to answer a lot of things. Firstly, they have to get the batting order right. It's not going to be as easy as these Asian conditions against these Asian teams who you could even maul with 50% of your strength. That's not going to be the case against Australia, especially in Australia. So definitely will be thoroughly tested. And the second and most important aspect, which you already covered, that is the seam bowlers part. So the thing is, if you don't play Arshdeep like you did in Dubai, so you will have only Bumrah, and without Hardik, Shivam Dube and Nitish Reddy will be your other two seamers. And mind you, I don't think they are going to be as effective as Shivam Dube, for example, was in Dubai. So that
exactly.
is something that's going to happen. But again, if it happens, of course, we are going to get an answer. And that's what I'm looking forward to, right? If Shivam Dube is successful in Australia, I mean, that's great for us. If he's not successful, then it is still great for us because we know that we need to change it. So
Yeah, we
either way,
have got the
I look
time.
at it. Yeah,
We have got the
yeah.
time
And
to mend the.
thankfully, we get the test also right away. So we'll
Yeah.
know what to do. So that's the best part. And I look at it as a win-win situation for the Indian team. So anyways,
Uh,
any other thoughts you have
one.
about the T20I team?
Yeah. One more thought. Recently, Australia, like in last 1 week, they chased down 180 against New Zealand in 15 and a half overs, I think. And
Mm,
yesterday also, I think they chased down 116, 17 overs. And mind you, they are on a roll. And the big guns are not playing. Stark retired, and Maxi is out with some weird kind of an injury. Not sure when he's going to
mm,
make a comeback. Means next 1 2 months. We are not very sure.
mm,
And also, Pat Cummins is not playing because he is being
mm,
rested for the Ashes. So mind you, they are also not playing full strength and they're going like this.
mm,
So when they come full strength at you, you know it's going to be very
mm.
difficult. So India
Oh,
has to be very spot on with the team selections, and also
yeah.
both the vice captain and captain they're short of runs. And you're
Oh,
this is where I have the issue. Your captain is not has not been firing, and you pull back, you pull in someone from
mm,
completely outside and make him the vice captain and guarantee him a place, and that guy is also not firing. So it's going to be a difficult phase for both of them because if both of them don't fire again, now you are stuck at a very difficult position because 10 games to the World Cup, you can't change your captain as well. You already made
oh,
a very bold statement that I have to make this guy the vice captain. I'm not sure how they are going to proceed. So this
yeah.
is going to be a tough test in my opinion.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
one
And
more
I think
player
that's
I'm
the
very
best part. That is the
yeah
best part. We need these tough tests before the World Cup. So,
yeah. Hopefully, both of them come out all guns blazing and make and um, we are wrong by them, so that good for India. And also another player I'm really interested to watch out in Australian conditions is Varun Chakravarti. And I think
mm,
it is his first tour to Down Under. I hope he comes out
yeah.
good so far because he had a terrific assignment last year in South Africa, got a five for and a lot of wickets in South Africa. Also against England, he performed really well in home. I think he was the man of the series, I believe, Varun. So yeah,
Mm.
so good assignment for him as well going forward. So let's see what
Yep.
happens.
Yep. Same. I'm also very excited to see how this shapes up. I think this is the first proper test of our new T20I team, and I'm really looking forward to it. That's all that I can say about the T20I team. So let's move on to the big one, the ODI team. And I think this is something that a lot of folks have been eagerly waiting for. And the first thing that's going to happen when we land in Australia is going to be this three-match ODI series. And it's going to be the return of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. People have been so long waiting for this to happen. And I think after IPL, this is the first time that it will happen. And yeah, even I'm very excited to see it. The first and the major decision that has happened is the sacking of Rohit Sharma as a captain, but he's still available as a player. There are different layers by which I want to talk about it. That is why I will talk about something else to start with, and that is the exclusion of Jadeja. Yeah, and even before doing that, let's talk about the squad, just for the benefit of our viewers. Shubman Gill has been announced as the new captain. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer is your vice captain. Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, who's your wicketkeeper. Nitish Reddy is in the ODI setup in place of Hardik Pandya. Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna, Dhruv Jurel, and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Dhruv Jurel is your backup wicketkeeper. So, few interesting things. Let's go them. Let's go one by one for each of them. First, exclusion of Shami. I think this means it is curtains for Shami's career. I believe because you don't include him in T20s anyways. In ODIs, he's not there. In Test cricket, he is not been picked. So I believe this is the end for him, unfortunately.
One thing we need to know, what is his fitness level currently? Because if you remember, you were you were in the stance that he's not looking that sharp, but I was like, no,
Yeah,
he's looking sharp, and he got the wickets in the first game against Bangladesh as well. But again, later
yeah,
he tapered off very badly. If you see
yeah,
the bowling in phases in the Champions Trophy, after that,
yeah,
a horrific IPL season, which was completely uncharacteristic of Shami, what we have seen him over
yeah,
the years, at least post COVID.
yeah,
So something we need to understand that what are his fitness levels currently, because he will be approaching 35 if I'm not wrong, or he has he
mm,
already passed 35. So this is something that we need to know, and if he is in the plans for BCCI, or for the selectors for the ODI World Cup, that is something that we need to understand. I'm not that
mm,
you discard him completely, because was always in the opinion that he is our best bowler when it comes to the ICC 50 over World Cups, like
yeah.
14 wickets in 2019, 20 in the one 18 in 2015, then again 32, I think 32, 33. How many did he get in this one, the India World Cup? So
I don't have the numbers exactly, but
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty
So
sure
means
it's on the higher side.
yeah,
Yeah,
all in all, he has got the numbers to back his abilities in the 50 over
yeah, yeah,
World Cup. So
yeah,
nothing
that is
against
for
him,
sure.
but the problem is he has looked very rusty since the comeback in Feb, I think, against England. Played
Yeah,
a T20 game here or there, then played the ODI series
yeah,
against England. I think one or two games he played, then the entire Champions Trophy he played. But he
mm,
didn't look the bowler that we know he is. So
yeah,
that is something that may be bugging the minds of the selectors. Maybe they are
yeah,
waiting for uh, green signal from the NCA, or now they're calling it the
maybe.
Center of Excellence. That okay, Shami is you can select him for the international tours. Maybe
So
the
I'm not sure. Mm.
fitness levels is not as the up to the standards that they desire or they are looking
I'm
forward to.
not sure about the fitness levels because I haven't read anything of such as of now. I could have missed out. So if I have missed out, please do let us know in the comment section. But regardless, fitness aside, if he's fit and he's available and he still hasn't been picked, then that gives me the indication. And why I have the stronger sense is because four seamers have been picked in the squad. There is no Jasprit Bumrah, but so Jasprit Bumrah is definitely going to be your one of the seamers for 2027, right? He's going to be your spearhead. After that, you're going to play two seamers or maybe three seamers or whatever, depending on your conditions. You have Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, Arshdeep, and Prasidh. So there are already four seamers which are who are ahead of Shami. So that kind of gives me an indication that he's not going to be there anymore. Maybe a special performance in an IPL or in one of the domestic seasons could get him a place, like it happened in the 2022 T20 World Cup. If you remember, he wasn't there in the plans for the entirety of the year, but at the last moment after Bumrah's injury, they brought in Shami, and then he was our best or second best after us in that World Cup. You can use them interchangeably. So that's the thing about Shami. The next big one is Ravindra Jadeja. So this selection committee that we have, and especially Ajit Agarkar. Firstly, I want to give him kudos. Why? Not for his selections, but the way he answers to those selections. I mean, he has got some pretty interesting. How would you call? Well,
Oratory
it's like
skills.
interesting bahanas, interesting reasons actually.
Oratory
He gives,
skills.
yeah, very interesting reasons, dude. I mean, I was mesmerized to hear what he said about Jadeja's exclusion. He said that we can't have two left-arm spinners in Australia, so that is why we are excluding Jadeja. So, I mean, I don't know. That also means कि भाई you are not looking at Jadeja. Akshar Patel is your candidate who you are looking as the spinner. So Akshar Patel and Jadeja used to share a spot, as in you both had a spot in the Champions Trophy. Now, if you are coming to me and saying that okay, we are not having Jadeja anymore, so what does that mean?
Yeah, but bit
That means
strange
it's
if you
curtains
ask
for
me.
Jadeja as well. It is pretty straightforward. And if you remember, after the Champions Trophy, we did one podcast where we forecasted the 2027 World Cup and what are the changes that we need to do. I think in one of the changes, I've told you that it might be Jadeja's career might be done. You might have to look at a Nitish Reddy or somebody of that mold who could fit in that slot because you might need an extra seamer in South Africa. So I think that is the direction that we are heading. It is unfortunate, especially because Jadeja's form has been phenomenal of late, at least in Test cricket. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
the sad part.
if you ask me, three spinners in Australia is an overkill. I mean, I have
Yeah.
never in like 20, 25, 20 plus years of cricket, watching cricket, I don't remember any team playing three spinners in a game in Australia. I really don't
Mm,
remember three frontline spinners because Jadeja, Aksar,
mm,
and Kuldeep all are frontline spinners, right? So you need three seamers at least. That is the least that you can get. That is the
mm,
least that you should have, along with one all rounder who can bowl some seam up, along with
mm,
one spinner and usually one other part timer who bowls. That is the combination usually teams opt in when playing in Australia.
mm.
So, from a strategic point of view, I am completely in favor with Ajit Agarkar here. My
Mm.
problem comes in when you pick in Washington Sundar for the exact same skill set that Ravi Jadeja brings in. You can make a case here that we don't have to guarantee a place to Washington Sundar in the playing 11. But that is a very
Also,
futile excuse. Futile excuse, in my opinion. Why
yeah,
would
yeah,
you
but
tell a player that
also
we are picking
Washi,
you? We can only pick you because we don't have to play you. But if we pick Jadeja, we need to play him without any, you know. So this is very
no, I think it's
weird
more
excuse,
than
I
that. It
believe.
is yeah. More than that, I think it is just because Washi is a off spinner, so they could try all these three spinners together: a left arm spinner, an off spinner, and a Chinaman. Maybe that is the strategy. Also, that brings me to another thing. Where is Varun Chakravarti in the ODI squad? I assume that he should continue because he had a great Champions Trophy.
Again, I mean, yeah, in the squad they could have had him because this is
Yeah.
not like here. You don't have the hard limit of 15, I believe, in these
Yeah, and
tours.
I don't think Varun Chakravarti requires rest also because he's just playing two formats. So
I'm not very
you
sure.
would
Maybe he will make a comeback in the South Africa series at home. Let's
that,
hope
that
for
is
the
actually
best.
surprising. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
also
let's hope for
surprising.
the best.
Uh,
Uh, what I believe is Kuldeep is going to get all the games, which he should, because
he
he's a
should.
trump card in ODIs.
Yeah.
So
All
let's
the
see
five
what happens.
T20s, all the five T20s, all the three ODIs, you should see Kuldeep Yadav in all the
Yeah, yeah,
11s. That is my
for
yeah.
sure, correct. So I
Yeah.
think the bowling part is kind of sorted. Only thing
Hmm.
that remains is that again that number eight thing, what they decide to do, whether they want
Harshit
to
Rana. Simple.
bring
Harshit
in
Rana.
Harshit Rana or they choose Arshdeep. So they have to make a
Yeah.
toss between the two. If you choose
So
Arshdeep,
let's
you
let's
have
uh,
a
uh,
if you choose an Arshdeep, then the bowling becomes slightly better. If you choose Harshit
hmm,
Rana, then the batters can go slightly more aggressive because you have
yeah.
some insurance at number eight as per your logic. But
Yeah.
not sure. Let's see what happens.
So so let's try to build the 11. Shubman Gill, your captain. He's your other opener. Also, Yashasvi Jaiswal has been picked up as this backup opener. At least, thankfully, he's in the squad finally. Uh, Again, it has implications on Rohit Sharma as well. We'll talk about it in just a bit. Let's try to construct this 11 that we know for certain is gonna play. So Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, your openers. Virat Kohli number three, Shreyas Iyer number four. Pretty clockwork till now. Now Akshar Patel and KL Rahul, depending on the situation, they will use left and right. So five and six. As in Champions Trophy, we have seen Akshar batting at five, KL at six, or vice versa as per their traditional rules. Then comes number seven, where you will definitely see Nitish Reddy in place of Hardik Pandya. Then the four remaining spots, you would have, I guess, two seamers, Kuldeep Yadav, and the other slot, which could be maybe the extra bowling of Arshdeep or Washington Sundar or Harshit Rana, depending on what their mood is at that point of time and what they're trying to do at that point of time. I think this is how we're gonna shape up. So that said, let's get to the main part. So Yashasvi Jaiswal has been included as a backup opener. How I see this is they are not looking at Rohit Sharma for the 2027 World Cup. So first of all, we got this comment from Ajit Agarkar, which is a huge comment to say about somebody that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are non-committal about the 2027 World Cup. I don't know what that exactly means, but from what English I know, I felt like it's just that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are saying that they might or might not play the 2027 World Cup, which I think is absolute. I don't know if I can use the word bullshit because I have seen interviews of Virat Kohli saying that he wants to win the next World Cup. I don't think there is any, less zeal that Virat Kohli has in terms of trying to win the World Cup. And with respect to Rohit Sharma, I've seen that he has lost a bit of weight as well. I don't think he has lost that bit of weight to get some commercials or anything, right? He's not. He hasn't lost that weight to kind of play golf. Definitely, he has done it for the World Cup, and we know how much the World Cup means to Rohit Sharma. So I think that was a huge statement that he made. I don't know if it came from BCCI. I don't know if somebody, uh, some higher power, has asked him to say that. But I find it very hard to believe that those two guys wouldn't have given 100% commitment to playing the World Cup. So
So first thing I'd like to ask you, uh, whether is it right to call that he was sacked from captaincy,
I don't know,
or
man.
was he
I would.
asked, or the baton has been passed respectfully? This is something that we need to answer first. Was he sacked? Because I
So
don't think
hmm,
Rohit Sharma has done anything wrong in this world to get
yeah,
sacked.
I,
Apart
I think
from
we should not.
apart from his getting older, which is happening to everyone out there, right?
So
So
let me tell you one thing. I mean, respecting Rohit Sharma, of course, we should not sit here. and discuss about Rohit Sharma's captaincy. Let's not do that at all. So there is no question that Rohit Sharma has been a great captain in white ball cricket, especially in the ODI format. Yeah, we didn't win the 2023 World Cup. That was one blunder that Dravid and Rohit Sharma made together, which is okay. But look at how we played throughout the World Cup, how the players that they have imparted trust on have responded in the World Cup. So all credit to them, right? And then we won the Champions Trophy as well. So let's not, kind of discuss Rohit Sharma's captaincy. We know that he should have, you know, he has all the credits in the world to lead us to the 2027 World Cup. Now, talking about the age factor. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So first I'll answer this and the what reports have been coming out. So there
Yeah.
was this one report that before the start, like in sometime back in September when Australia A came into India, so they had these three 50 over games that they had to play against India A. So as you know, create before selecting the squad for these three games, there were calls made to Rohit Sharma as well as Virat Kohli regarding their availability for these games. And as we know, after the conclusion of the BGT earlier this year, the BCCI has been a bit rigid about the domestic games, the list A games, or you can call it the non-international games, whatever way. So what I hear is there was a clear-cut no from Rohit Sharma's camp that he's not going to be playing in these three 50 over games. And Virat Kohli, it seems the call was unanswered at his end. So that is something that has to be taken account of. I'm not sure how true these reports are, but there are reports which state these things. So if this has happened, so I believe BCCI have made up their minds because the problem
Mm,
is in the next 2 years from now, because the World Cup will be sometime in October, November in South Africa at the start of the South African summer in
mm,
2027. So Virat will be like 39, if I no 30, 1988 5 November, yeah. So 39 he'll be turning 39 during the World Cup, and Rohit will be 40 plus by then. And also, I think we have barely 27 or 30 ODIs up till that World Cup. So 30 playing
exactly.
days in 2 years, it's slightly less, is very less, given
Mm,
the pedigree of the tournament that they are trying to play in, because they are not playing the domestics and uh, they can't play the leagues, because if you play the leagues, then you have to take retirement, or there are a lot of hiccups there. So you
yeah.
can't play the leagues. You don't have the domestic tournaments, and Test cricket you retire, T20 cricket you retired. So I think the continuity factor is something that is lagging. That is lacking in these two players' situation. Also,
Yeah.
one another point that I'd like to make here is. In one of the videos, Ashwin said this when Virat took retirement from the Test cricket, that Virat actually enjoys ODI cricket way too much. Means maybe he loves Test cricket too much, but he enjoys playing ODI cricket more in a way, because he was saying that whenever the ODIs are more, his form is absolutely up. But once you
Yeah.
remove the ODIs from the calendar, the form slightly dips. That's what happened in 2020, 2021. And again, when 2022, after the T20 World Cup, he resumed playing the ODIs, his form also went up. So that is something that Ashwin, because of the continuity thing. So
Mm,
that's what keeps him engaged in the game.
mm,
And for Rohit Sharma, I think the only problem is the age factor. And also lately we have seen not many long innings. I mean, I don't remember when Rohit Sharma batted past the 20 over mark in last 2 years in ODI cricket. Do you remember? Uh, I think the Afghanistan and the England
The
game in the
champions,
Champions
in the
Trophy also
Champions
he did.
Trophy final, in the final,
21st,
he did bad.
20th,
Yeah.
18th or 19th over he got out, as per my memory serves. So
Okay.
that is something, because 115 for three we were. So that's why. And we got a very brisk start in that game as well. So that is one problem that I see. I'm not sure if that was only related to the fitness thing or something else, but this is one clear picture that I have in my mind, that he has not played those long innings. Maybe here or there, if he had played, I don't remember, because we didn't play ODIs as well. Only three ODIs last year against Sri Lanka. There also nothing happened. Before that, the World Cup was there. So
Yeah.
that is something that also needed to be taken care of. So if BCCI is looking in that way, because Rohit Sharma, why we remember him? We remember him for those daddy hundreds, right? And last,
He played one. Yeah, now I remember. In the England series, he played over 20
England
overs.
series he
Like,
scored 100. Yeah, he scored a
yeah,
hundred. Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
England
was the
series
last
he
time.
scored 100. Correct. So that's what I'm saying. Here or there, maybe I don't remember, but this is a clear
Hmm.
observation that I have for Rohit Sharma. Those long
Ah,
innings are not coming.
mhm.
You can say that intent and all those things, but at this point
It's
of
like
it,
one innings in 8 games. You can say that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is very less. And given someone like a Jaiswal, or maybe even after Jaiswal, there is a Sai Sudarshan, or even Abhishek Sharma now is coming up the ranks. So I think the selectors are a bit lucrative towards those options, I believe,
Uh,
given the age
Dude,
and all.
in the final as well. One correction, in the Champions Trophy final as well, he played 26.1 overs. So so
26.1
yeah,
hours.
yeah. I think let's summarize your point in this way, that he hasn't played those long innings very frequently the way he used to do. You can say once in 5 or 6 innings he does that, right? As of now,
Which
that
I
way we
don't
can.
have an issue with. Reason being, he
It's
changed
not
his
like
approach completely.
yeah. So again, we have to be very clear that we are not saying that he is playing bad. We're just saying he's not playing those long innings, which is not a criticism. It's just a data point that we are mentioning. So
which
yeah.
could have caused this which could have caused this decision for the selectors, that they'll want to look
Mm,
at someone who can play those things, because Yashasvi Jaiswal, as we
mm,
know, he can play in all the gears, long, short, however you want. He's the perfect guy. He's that chef who can
mm,
cook everything, and who can cook
yeah.
everything perfectly as it looks. So I think that is one lucrative thing that they are looking to in case of this one.
So
And if you
so to
remember,
to
every time we
just
have gone to,
clarify to the viewers, we said that we are going to be looking at this aspect from different perspectives. So I think the first perspective that we are trying to present here is that of a selector, that how the selectors are viewing Rohit Sharma's performance over the last few years, and how they might have thought about this decision. So sorry, Pratik, to interrupt you. Please carry on.
yeah, yeah. Also, every time I remember, right, Australia tour means it always takes out something from the side. As per my memory, 2008, we didn't see Lakshman Ganguly in the ODI setup after that, white ball setup, after the CB series, because before the CB series itself, that they were dropped. If you remember that famous call of MS Dhoni with the selectors, right? So then in 2012 we saw that rotation policy, and then we didn't see Gambhir, Sehwag, and Sachin after the 2012 VB series. I think it was.
So we did see them,
So
but a bit. So it was like the
yeah,
time bomb. It was a ticking time bomb,
taking time
which
bomb kind
the
of a
seeds
thing.
of which
Yeah,
was planted at the CB
correct,
series. Yeah,
correct, correct. We got absolutely smoked before the World Cup in 2015. Though we made a good comeback in the World Cup, but it was always like we were short. We were short of the
yeah,
power. We didn't pack the power in that World Cup, which is fine
yeah.
because we were in a transition phase and we did really well given that thing. So Australia tours are always difficult. May it be a red ball tour, may it be a white ball tour, or if it is a long tour where you play everything together. So what I'd like to say is, uh, please be prepared to all our viewers that these things can happen. The
Yeah.
unfortunate things can happen after an Australian tour. But anyways, let's come back to the cricketing part of the things.
Mm.
Uh, I think this is one point. Also, the age is not on his side, which is anyways a clear thing that he'll be turning 40 plus, and I don't think in the history of 50 over World Cups, any of these marquee teams like the Sena plus India, or you can join Pakistan, Sri Lanka, all of them who have won the World Cup at least once. I don't think anyone over 40 has played. I last remember, I think it was Imran Khan in 1992 in Australia when he came out of retirement and led Pakistan to a title. I think he was 40, 41, or 41, I think, at that point of time. So I think after Imran Khan, if Rohit Sharma could have done it as a captain, but it seems that is not going to be the case anymore.
Yeah. So the other aspect about this is also that maybe, like as you mentioned, selectors were dicey about, Rohit Sharma's fitness as well. There are a lot of concerns about Rohit Sharma's fitness. So we talked about the form aspect, and we don't know how Rohit Sharma might line up at 41. So I think that is also a factor that they wanted to consider. Again, the to go back to the beginning where you mentioned, are we sure that Rohit Sharma has been said? It could be a mutual decision, right? My only thing is, if I hope it's a mutual decision, okay. But I also think that when was the last time such thing has happened? Who was the last, kind of big captain to have stepped down on his own volition? I think MS
MS,
Dhoni is the last one that comes to my mind, right? And when he stepped
MS.
down, he had the press conference where he, kind of endorsed Virat Kohli to be the next captain. So if it were mutual, I believe something of that sort maybe should have taken place and Rohit Sharma could have endorsed Gill. I think that would have helped everybody take a sigh of relief. But it didn't happen. Doesn't mean that it's not the case, because it's also possible that Rohit Sharma might have wanted to take some time for himself, and maybe later down the line at some point he's gonna come out and say, yeah, this was a mutual decision. At least we hope, right?
Yeah. See, the greatness of MS is lies in these small things, I believe, because I think that was the most flawless transition in the entirety of ICT history, the
Yeah.
2016-2017 phase, because we were playing terrific cricket at that point of time. Virat was in the form of his life, and one fine day, MS steps up in the press conference and said that, okay, I'm done as a captain. I'll still continue to play as a player. Because what all happened before that with all the captains and what all happened after that also, if you take a picture, it hasn't been a very happy thing, happy picture,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that is something that kind of you can say something wrong with the BCCI with its protocols, but or the procedures what they follow. But again, I think it could have been handled in a more graceful way, I
Absolutely.
believe.
And I think so we credited MS for that. At the same time, we should also credit the BCCI management at that point of time to have that clear line of communication. And also, it could very well be a BCCI decision, as is the case right now. It could have been the same thing at that point also. But they let MFD convey it to the fans rather than them going ahead and conveying without MS. So I think that also shows how graceful at that point the administrators of BCCI were. I think it's a two-way street. It simply can't happen on one side. So I hope that is still the case with Rohit, and I do pray that we get an interview, or something of that sort. Otherwise, I've seen all over social media people drawing parallels with what happened with Hardik and Mumbai Indians to Shubman Gill and the Indian team. Again, one thing I wanted to clarify, we also are going to debate about this point whether Gill is the right choice or not. Yes, we're going to do that. But what I request is all of us are fans of ICT first. And yes, all of us have our individual favorites. But what I would like to appeal to all the fans is, don't direct your hatred towards Gill. He's not the problem. He's a part of the problem, and I don't think it's his fault as of now, because he's not the decision maker. It's just that he's been pushed as the next big star of Indian cricket, which again is another perspective from BCCI's side. We'll debate about it if it's right or not. But let's not give any hatred to the player. I think him being announced as an India captain is not his fault, but it's his duty right now to take the country forward in cricket. And I think it's also our duty as fans to support him. And I think that's where we should be, and that's what we should do. Of course, it doesn't mean we're gonna give him a free pass and not criticize whatever he does. We definitely are going to criticize if there are points where we need to. But the thing is, don't give any unnecessary hatred towards Gill. That's the only appeal that I want to make to the fan.
Yeah. So the next perspective I'd like to explore is the perspective of the coach Gautam Gambhir here.
Yeah,
Now, the problem with Gambhir, I think, has been from the BGT time, or rather, the not the BGT. I think the time of this series, the New Zealand home series. I think from that time, things haven't been going really well between Rohit and Gambhir, because Rohit wanted some team in the playing 11 in Pune, and some pitch conditions. Gotham wanted a rank turner, and it did work out. Then again in Mumbai, something happened. They lost the series 3-0. Again in Australia, everything going fine. In the first test match at Perth, then Rohit joins the team. Again, the balance. You know, all those things happened, and the stories come out like this. Everything is not well between the two, is what I want to portray. So it was always around the corner that everything is not good between the captain and the coach. And Champions Trophy, you can say, okay, everything went well. But again, Champions Trophy, there are different ways to look into that tournament. We may make a different video on it to look in depth. But, anyways, uh, this was always on the cards that everything is not well between the two. Sometime, someone has to drop the sword, one of the two. So, Gambhir has what we have seen is it is a good bonding from between Gambhir and Gill. And from the start, I think when during the KKR days as well, when Gambhir when he stopped playing and went to the this one, you can say media presenter or whatever. So he was always in the accordance that Gill should be a part of the leadership group of whatever team he plays and all those things. So I think Gambhir has been a great admirer of Gill, leader from the very start, and this was always bound to happen. And I think he's already a captain of the Test side, so it's easier and more convenient on Gautam Gambhir's part to work with the same captain in both the formats, I believe, because it's kind of easier, you can say, to carry on with their strategic, whatever strategic standpoint they have, or the thought processes which they have to translate. It becomes easier in the longer formats. T20, let's keep it aside completely. But in these
yeah,
two, because what I believe is ODI is more closer to Test cricket rather than T20 cricket. Still, it is. So I think that might be a thought process in or point of view from Gambhir's side. So that is one thing why I believe that he pushed for Gill the captain in both in ODIs as well, and also the disagreements or whatever happened between him and Rohit in last 1 year. That also might be another reason that.
yeah,
Also, this non-committal thing which you you were saying that Agarkar comes in, and Agarkar also said that it becomes easier for the coach to work with the same captain in multiple formats.
yeah.
So this is one point of view. What I believe is
I want to play devil's advocate here. I also want to say something controversial. That's not something that we usually do at the KP show. But yeah, this also could be a factor, dude. The thing is, you said disagreements, but disagreements in a professional setup are bound to happen. It happens in our teams when we work, right? And again, all of us do have the same goal. Like in our teams, the same thing happens with the Indian cricket. So Gautam Gambhir, regardless of, so there's not one way to win a cricket match. Let's be honest. So Gautam Gambhir's way also might be right. At the same point of time, Rohit Sharma's views also might be right? But they both want to kind of run the team on their way, in their way. I think that's where the tussle happens, which is healthy. But I believe maybe Gautam Gambhir wants to kind of run the team in his way. He believes strongly. We all know that he has very strong ideas, right? And he believes in them. And I think that could also be a factor where he wants a captain who he could mold according to the way he wants to run Indian cricket. So it could also happen that we move to a more coach-centric format in Indian cricket rather than a captain-centric, which has always been the case in Indian cricket. Let me tell you, the Indian captain is the most powerful entity in Indian cricket, at least till the last 1 year. I think this is the first time we are seeing, we are not calling it as the MSD era, the Kohli era. This time we are calling it the GG era, right? So this is the first time where the coach is the alpha of the team. So I think that is a direction where we are trying to move. And also, like I said, Gambhir might want somebody who doesn't have that experience. I mean, I'm not trying to paint Gambhir as the villain here. Of course, he has good intentions for Indian cricket, but maybe it's just that he just wants to do things his way and he doesn't want any opposition as of now.
See, this is something that I would say it should not happen, because if this happens in adverse conditions, which we haven't faced till now in this so-called GG era, and when we faced that, we lost badly. So this should not happen, if you ask me.
Mm.
The captain has to be the main guy in
Yeah,
Indian cricket or whichever team sport. On field, once you step in, it has to be the captain. It's not football that the manager will send some tactics from the touchline, right? It's a cricket. Cricket is not played like that. You have to be very smart. And this is why also I am not in favor of those any of the antics that Ashish Nehra or someone else does at the touchline, or even Mahela this year for Mumbai Indians. I think let the captain do his things. Let him do his things. You have made him the captain. You have shown enough trust in him. Your board backs him. Let him do his things his way. Whatever you want to say, you say him during the breaks or before the game. That's it, I believe. Too much data, too much inputs. I don't think the captain will groom. And I think this point was also made by Saurav Ganguly back in 2022 or 2023, that these captains are like too much spoon fed. They have to
yeah,
take their own decisions. And I think in current era, apart from Shreyas Iyer and some point Hardik Pandya, I think don't
true,
most of the players don't do that. Most of the captains that have
true.
emerged don't do that. It's too much
Yeah,
of data driven and too much of spoon feeding from the coaches, and I really don't agree to it. You don't see
mm,
that. Last time, when did you see a Tom Moody starting on the touchline and instructing David Warner for SRH? No, you didn't see that. When they won in 2016, no, it wasn't the case. You saw that with RCB, Ashish Mehra doing the things, and it fared off badly with Virat, because Virat is himself the alpha personality, right? So I
yeah,
believe the captain should always be the alpha, no matter which
yeah,
team is playing the game of cricket. And if it is not
yeah,
the case, then in adverse conditions, you are more likely to fail. Because
yeah,
there, every time it's like a what happened in a 2017 BGT, if you remember. Steve Smith was making gestures towards the dressing room for a DRS review, right?
yeah.
It can't be the
The brain fade
case.
movement.
The brain fade moment. It can't be the case. The captain has to be headstrong. You see how Graham Smith was, or how Ricky Ponting was, the great captains, or how a Steve O
Yeah,
was, how a Mark Taylor was. They had their own
yeah,
philosophies. You see how good a captain Mark Taylor was, Tubby Taylor, the captain,
yeah,
or even Rohit Sharma and Dravid. See, the coach has to give in the inputs. That's it.
yeah,
Now it is up to the captain how he executes them. If he wants to change anything on the fly, it's up to the captain. And
yeah,
now I think you are correct as well on this aspect, because I was there was some interview after the Asia Cup with Surya, that he said that I completely trust Gotti Bhai. Whatever he says from the if I am in a tough position, I look towards the dressing room. Whatever he signals, I simply do it. Man, I am not paying you, or the board is not paying you to do that. You
yeah,
are being chosen as the captain because you have to make those hard calls, not Gautam Gambhir. And if that is
yeah.
happening, it's not going in the right direction, my friend. It's not going in the right
Absolutely.
direction.
Absolutely. And with Gill, we have seen in Test cricket. See, it's his first series, so we can maybe give him a pass. But you look at the 11s that were playing. I don't think these are 11s which Gill has his stamps on. This looked like pure.
And
selection by Gautam Gambhir. Those were Gautam
yeah,
Gambhir's 11s. So that
in
is
fact,
why
there
I'm
were
concerned about.
in in fact, if you remember during the Tendulkar Anderson Trophy last, like in September, July, August, there were reports that there are tussles between this team selection thing between Gill and Gambhir. There was, I think, but before the Manchester Test, because Gill wanted Kuldeep Yadav in the 11, but Gautam wanted Washington Sundar. So, see, these are the things that you need to take care of, right? And every time you can't make the coach has to step out, man. I mean, you have the main idea of the coach in cricket is being an advisor. You can be an
Yeah,
advisor. You can't be the decision maker. If that is happening, then we are moving in a very wrong direction, because Indian cricket hasn't uh, worked in that way so far. If it
yeah,
is a complete power shift, you are completely changing the process, then I don't know about it.
yeah.
But till now, it has not happened. Only once means once this thing was experimented, and we lost 4 years of our golden generation because of that. The Greg Chappell era, if you
Great
remember.
happen. Yeah,
Irfan Pathan is batting number three. These all things only happened. Na? Irfan Pathan batting number three one day,
exactly.
number eight one day. Then Sachin Tendulkar, the greatest batsman, he is batting at number four one day, opening the other day. These all things were made to happen during that time. What happened? We got a group stage exit in the 50 over World Cup.
Yeah,
Almost
yeah.
it ended the careers of players like Rahul Dravid, Saurabh Ganguly, VVS Lakshman out of the picture completely. All those players, all those legends, we lost them because of these things.
Anil Kumble had to retire from one days.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what, na? That is what we need to understand. So Indian cricket doesn't work in that
The
way.
the only
In
difference
total,
between that era and this, uh,
in totality, cricket doesn't work in this way. It
yeah,
is the
I
captain
think
who has to make the decisions.
the only positive part about this era compared to that era is that India at that point of time was sort of middle-ish side, like maybe 3, 4 ranked side at that point of time. I think five in official rankings, I guess. But the other teams were very competent, even the teams below them. Of course, teams above them were better than India. So I think that's why we struggled a lot. Here, the thing is, we are the best side. So sometimes we tend to get away with things because the difference in quality is so much compared to our oppositions. That doesn't mean that we are doing things right. So that is the
Basically,
point
the
here.
basically the
Yeah.
good results are painting a different picture.
Picture. Yeah. It could backfire on some big day. That is the thing. Also, so this is the perspective, like from Gautam Gambhir's side. It could happen, is what we believe. It's all speculation. So I think you're also free to share your opinions. What are your thoughts about this? How it could play out? Remember, we are not trying to paint anybody as the villain. Of course, we love everybody and we support our team to the core. But again, when such kind of big things happen in Indian cricket, it's also our responsibility as the guys who are talking about Indian cricket, we should always try to explore all different kinds of perspectives and views, you know, and potential scenarios that could have happened behind the scenes. So that is the only reason why we are discussing these things. Yeah. So that is the two scenarios that we have covered, like two perspectives, one from the selector side, one from the coach's side. We'll also give our conclusion towards the end. But let's move on to the person's side. The individual in question here is Rohit Sharma. We are not going to talk about Virat Kohli here because, see, his journey is different. Again, he's in the similar boat as Rohit Sharma because they have been clubbed together and this has been presented that they'll be selected on merit. What the hell do you mean by that? So I don't think this is something that Agarkar said on the press conference, but this is something that as a report, it has been floating around. By what do you mean select on merit? Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, at least in the ODI format, I don't think in the last 10, 15 years, they have not been selected on merit ever. Like ever. Okay. Maybe Rohit Sharma in his earlier years, 2009, 10, at that point of time, he got a lot of chances, but that was based on his merit. Okay. Because he always had the potential. But starting from 2013, when these guys, completely went bonkers, I don't think there was ever a point where you could even question their place in the ODI setup. So I don't know why this rumor is floating around that from now on they'll be selected based on merit. Why they are meritorious candidates, and they are still two of the best white ball players around in the ODI format.
I mean,
And you'd be a fool to think otherwise, for sure.
yeah. For Virat, I think Virat said a very beautiful line. I think last year it was while talking to Suresh Raina in one of these.
That's my favorite. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
So for me, my performance is my currency.
Yeah,
So I think Virat has not done anything wrong. I mean, whatever role you asked him to play out 40 overs, he played out 40 overs. You asked him to keep rotating strikes, get a odd boundary here or there, and you be the accumulator basically, not the aggressor that you used to be. You be the accumulator, play out the entire thing, and the other batters will play around you. That was the game plan that you presented to him. That was
yeah,
what has been happening since 2023, and he has been playing his role really well. And if there are no games happening, what he is going to do? But only problem about him is about his availability, or you can say one way that we can question him is the hunger still there?
it is
That is
there, man. I
one
don't think we should question it. I don't
reason
think we should
being.
question it.
Reason being, I mean, nothing wrong on his part. I mean, he has gelled in well into his family, became the father second time last year, moved out of India. So all these things happening, then I don't think there is nothing else left for him to win. And I think in last 1.5 years, he won everything. I think he won the T20 World Cup, which was missing from his cabinet. Then he won the Champions Trophy, got many runs there. Then he won the IPL as well, which was long due, like 18 years in the making. So that is something that does bug my mind a bit. I think the fitness is up. The runs will come. Runs will come definitely if he continues to play continuously. As he said, the continuity has to be there. If the continuity is there, the runs will flow for him. That is the thing. But on Rohit's part, I'm not sure. I mean, how to answer this thing. I mean, if I am Rohit Sharma, I am feeling really confused at this point of time. What wrong did I do? I mean,
Yeah,
I can't stop aging, right? It is a natural process. If I am
yeah.
38, I am 38. I can't be 37 tomorrow. It's not going to happen that way. I am doing my best to regain my best in to be in my best shape,
Yeah.
and I think I really did that. What
I've
he
shed some
posted, like
kilos.
10
Yeah, I've
kilos,
shed some
10
kilos
kilos,
showing that I
10
have that
kilos.
hunger and I want to be
Exactly.
fitter and better. What
Yeah.
can he do? And even the
And I
data points
think
that we talked about, even the data points. So now that we saw from a selector's perspective, how Rohit Sharma's data points could impact him negatively, right? Now look at from Rohit Sharma's perspective, dude. So Rohit Sharma, as we told about Virat Kohli, so if I am Virat Kohli, you told me to play out 40 overs, I did my job. Whatever you told, it's not that I can't play with 150 strike rate. I did it in the IPL. I have that ability, dude. I'm the best one-day international player ever. I'm the GOAT in this format. I can do whatever you tell me to do, right? So he did that. Now go to Rohit Sharma. Why Virat Kohli playing that way works for the team? Because on the other side, the other batters go aggressively, and Rohit Sharma is the first guy to do that. He leads the way, right? So the data points that Rohit Sharma has are right from his perspective because he's doing his job. The reason this works is because the both of them complement each other. Rohit goes aggressively, Virat plays in the end. Virat can go and play till the end because he knows Rohit Sharma has already gotten that run rate up. So they both exist. It's like a yin yang
they both
situation. They exist
coexist. Yeah.
with each other. They both coexist because of each other, right? So as Rohit Sharma as a player, I have done nothing wrong. You can talk about my data points that I don't have too many hundreds. There is a reason why I don't have too many hundreds because I kill the bowlers in the power play in the first 10 overs. I give you the momentum, and then it's up to the rest to carry on. There are 7, 8 batters in the side. it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to sit down and get 100 always. So that would be his perspective as a player. As a captain, dude, I just won you two ICC trophies. The last, I captained in four ICC trophies. The first one, we made it to the semi-final. Yes, you can criticize me about my batting. I costed the semi-final. Okay, agreed. Keep it aside. In the 2023 World Cup, I led the side from the front with my bat, took the team to the final, was instrumental in the final as well. I gave the team a good start. I did what I did in the entire tournament. It was up to the others to, carry it forward. I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe one bowling change here and there. That's a mistake. But okay. But we won 10 out of 11 games. We lost just the one. In the next tournament, we won the tournament undefeated. People questioned my tactics. People questioned my selection. I performed with the bat, right? I won us the trophy by leading from the front. My selections were questioned. Why Dubey over Rinku Singh? It paid off in the final. Next, we go to Champions Trophy. People questioned my tactics about playing four spinners, but I played four spinners, won the tournament undefeated. That was my last game as a captain. It was the final of the Champions Trophy. We lifted an ICC trophy, two trophies after not having a trophy for over a decade. So what else can I do? What else do you expect me to?
Exactly. So it's a bit unfortunate on him as well. And I think there is no logical reasoning on this. Only thing I can say is that the only question that comes that we can derive from all these perspective is,
Yeah,
can he play till the 2027 World Cup? Are we
yeah,
pretty certain about it that he can play? Because we don't know, because at this age, the dip in form, like what we are seeing with Surya, like he's 5 years younger to him, but the dip in form is like has been for a year now. Dip in form or some weird injury that snaps up suddenly, suppose. So, do we have any backup option in mind? Because a 50 over World Cup is a long ball game. You can't do it with someone pretty very new in the mix. So I think that is the only way of thinking into the things. And apart from that, I don't have any logical reasoning to justify this. Only thing is the availability, the certainty part, not the availability part, but the certainty part, that whether or not he is going to be playing till that point of time, and carrying on that fitness and form both.
mm, yeah. I think that also brings us to the conclusion point, where after presenting all these perspectives from different sides, the player, the support, the selector, the coach, how it's going to impact the team morale as a whole. So Rohit Sharma, we know, has been a damn fine captain. Now that Rohit Sharma has been, I don't know if I have to use the word sacked, but he has been replaced as the ODI captain. So that
Replace
could
is the right word
also,
here.
yeah. So that also sends the message to the dressing room that, bro, you could do everything right and still not have a place. Case in point, Shreyas Iyer. So if Rohit Sharma, after doing all this, could be removed from his captaincy position, brother, you too have kind of waged a war against BCCI through no fault of your own, I agree. But that is something that could haunt him. See, why I'm saying this? Because let's go into the debate right now. Whether Rohit Sharma's uh, replacement as not being the captain, why Rohit Sharma not being the captain is a right decision or not, we can discuss. But before that, if let's say it's the right decision, okay, looking at the future and everything, it's the right decision. You want a new captain. But should it have been Shubman Gill?
I think there is no right answer to this.
Hmm.
Reason being, Shubman, the problem is that same thing, man. I mean, coach captaincy thing, that coach, what the coach wants, how the coach wants to run the team. Then again, what you are saying and whatever data points that we have seen till now, um, Shreyas Iyer is one man, then he goes with his instincts. And that has been confirmed by Ricky Ponting, his teammates at Punjab, his teammates at KKR, his teammates at Mumbai Domestic. Everyone has confirmed it that he is a man who goes with his instincts. The captains we have seen growing up, he's that mold of a captain, and that's why we admire
Yeah.
him the most amongst
Yeah.
the young Indian players or young Indian captains that we are seeing. He's not those robot captains that
Yeah.
don't think instinctively. So Shreyas Iyer, I think that is one thing, and again the same thing that one report that it came up that it is Agarkar, mm, as he is the chief selector, and he was not in favor of Shreyas Iyer, the ODI captain, but Gautam Gambhir, as in what I have read from the same report, has no issues with Shreyas Iyer being the captain of the ODI side. So it was basically Agarkar who didn't push for this thing, push for Shreyas Iyer the captain, or rather vetoed it out that
Mm.
no, we'll go with Gill the captain. So I don't know what the issue is between Agarkar and Shreyas Iyer, and it has been a while, I believe, because Agarkar earlier was the chief selector of Mumbai Cricket Association as well, where Shreyas Iyer is the domestic captain in white ball and Rahane in the red ball. So there were issues there as well between the two, and Agarkar got sacked, I believe, there back in
Mm.
21, 22, I think. So there are some issues which they need to fix out. I don't know what is the case with them. The contract thing also happened after the 23 World Cup. Then all those things, whatever happened between Agarkar and Shreyas Iyer, that we don't know. But there is some problem, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Because if there are no problems, why will so many reports come out? So this is one thing that I have read, and I don't know why Shreyas Iyer was not pushed, because he won the IPL. Means it is the same thing that we did 10 years back. The same questions that we asked, that after we winning two IPLs, why wasn't Rohit Sharma pushed as the captain in white ball, and but why Virat Kohli was that? But at that point of time, if you see, if I am an MS Dhoni, or if I am the selector at that chief selector at that point of time, Virat Kohli's aura was like insane. 973 in the IPL, man of the tournaments, back to back in 2014, 2016 T20 World Cups, ODIs like scoring 10 hundreds a year. I think that was too insane. But
Yeah.
contrary to
Also,
that,
also, 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 also sorry, I'll pause you here. Also, add to it the way he captained in Test cricket. It was already 2, 3 years at that point, and he was phenomenal
yeah,
as a Test captain as well. Starting with the first Test itself in Adelaide. Yeah, please carry on.
exactly. So, but contrary, if you paint the picture now, try to recreate the things, rearrange the things in the same way, I think Shreyas Iyer has performed better for his club as well as the national side.
Country.
If I draw comparisons between him and Shubman Gill, nothing against Gill. You can say he has like averages 60 or something in the ODIs and all those things. But man, where are the high pressure runs? They're not.
Yeah.
I'm not against the player. He's young, very young, 26 only, I believe, 25, 26. But the reality is the runs are lacking in the crucial moments. And he has been given all the chances, I believe. I think he played both the WTC finals, if I'm not wrong, 21 as well as 23.
Yeah.
Didn't get runs in either of them. Could not score big in the uh, World Cup. Maybe I give him a pass because dengue is a very, very bad disease to suffer from. So I give him a pass that he got back into the team within like 2, 3 weeks and again resumed his process. Kudos to him. But it was kind of a hot and cold thing, a hot and cold World Cup for him because he was in such good form in 2023. We were all talking about that this is going to be Gill's year. Final is in Ahmedabad. He's going to score big, all those stuff. But it didn't happen that way. Again in Champions Trophy, 2024 World Cup, you were subbed out because they made a choice between you and Jaiswal, and uh, Jaiswal was a better pick at that point of time, and which was the right call as well, I believe, that point of time. Then again, I think Champions Trophy was not very good. Started off with 100, then again after those a string of 20s and 30s.
Mm.
So Asia Cup also pretty bad, if you ask me. So I
Mm.
don't know, man. I mean, The runs are not there. Simply, the runs are not there in the crucial moments. Is all I'd say for Shubman. On the other hand, Shreyas Iyer, 566 in the 50 over World Cup, 200s, 250s, 200s coming in at under 70 balls. That at number four, phenomenal. I think after Aravinda De Silva in 96, no batter at number four made such an impact in a World Cup. No batter, mind you. Aravinda won both man of the match in semi-final as well as the final in 96 against
96
India as
World
well
Cup.
as yeah. So Aravinda used to bat four for Sri Lanka. But after that, I think Shreyas Iyer was remarkable. Not even Ross Taylor, the one of the finest number fours, or even AB de Villiers at number four, didn't achieve these feats. What he did in 2023 World Cup, Shreyas. So, and multiple times also we have talked on this channel that he was the key wicket for which Australia planned in the final, and they managed to get him out.
Yeah.
So, because he was the enforcer in the middle overs, that is the role that he was given, and he played it out perfectly till that day. So
Even
Shreyas
in
Iyer,
2025 Champions Trophy, he was phenomenal. In
yeah,
the final, he got those crucial 48 runs in the final also.
yeah, and he threw his wicket away. Otherwise, he could have carried the team home definitely. So, but staged a partnership with Akshar in middle. Then before that, played some crucial knocks against Pakistan as well as Australia. So I think Shreyas Iyer has done his bit. Won the IPL with KKR. Again, you can say all those things that mentor,
Different
coach,
format.
all these things. But the thing is, once you step on the field, there is nothing. It's only the captain and his players. Then Punjab, a team like Punjab, who we know are generational bottlers of the tournament, the kings of comedy as we call them or refer to, till the last season. It was a generational run for them this year. I think that one Nehal Vadera knock, if it would have been 25 of 18 instead of a 15 of 18, history could have been different for Punjab Kings.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing.
yeah, I mean, Shreyas Iyer, I think he has done everything right so far. I don't know what his issues are with Agarkar from his Mumbai days that is stopping him from being the captain of the team or being a regular starter of the in both the white ball formats. Apart from that, I don't see any chink is in armor as a player or as an individual.
See,
Basically,
for
non-cricketing
T20,
reasons.
yeah, non-cricketing reasons for sure. So T20, Shreyas Iyer is a different conversation for a different day. For now, I think if BCCI went ahead with this choice, it should have been Shreyas Iyer as the captain. I think that's how we should conclude this debate. And then we go on to conclude the main debate as well. Right? I think we both agree that Shreyas Iyer is definitely the more suited candidate. Yes, we understand BCCI's perspective of trying to paint the picture of the new prince who will become the king and all that kind of PR campaigns and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get it. But dude, Virat Kohli, when he was the captain, he wasn't made the captain because of PR. It was all his performance and he achieved it through that. Not saying Gill is a poor performer, but as we discussed in high pressure situations, we haven't had that knock as of now yet. Okay. So that is why we believe Shreyas Iyer is the one to lead the side. Also, he has shown that he's better as a captain. So that's the thing. Choosing a better option. It's all about that. But anyways, so let's conclude that with this part. Also, again, Ajit Agarkar was very innovative in providing excuses. He said that it would be very difficult for us to have three captains in three different formats. That is why we want to give
Yeah, this is this
Shubman Gill.
is
Again,
this
we
is
all know
all
there is crap.
bogus.
Yeah.
This is all bogus because see, if you have so many issues,
Yeah.
then why at certain point of time you had three captains? Like 6 months back, you had that, right? You had
Yeah. Yeah.
Surya in this T20. You had Rohit in ODIs and Shubman in Test.
Uh,
Suddenly, one fine day, you say that it is very difficult. How does it become difficult again? Because these
yeah.
are
Exactly.
completely different formats.
Uh, exactly. Exactly the point. So yeah, let's moving on. The the final conclusion of the entire discussion that we had so far about Rohit Sharma, we talked about all the perspectives. See, the change of captaincy is something that we know was coming. I think it's the timing that kind of hurts people the most. There are a lot of speculations that this could be the last ODI series for both Rohit and Virat, which I hope is not the case. Again, the things that we hear from Ajit Agarkar and everybody that they'll be selected based on merit, bro, they will definitely prove their merit if you want a proof again. Although they are already meritorious to be selected. I just hope that they shouldn't be forced into retirement, and especially with the way the case of Rohit Sharma as the captain. See, changing the captaincy, considering all perspectives, is the right decision. But when we say it is the right decision, we also have to acknowledge the fact that it is probably, and man, I say this with a great sense of respect and authority, that it has it is definitely the harshest ever decision made on a captain, not just in ICT history, but probably in entire cricketing history. So I don't remember any captain being dropped from his captaincy right after winning an ICC tournament, because that is the last game for Rohit Sharma as a captain. I don't remember any. If you do remember any, then let me know. At
I
least
don't
in
think
Indian
anyone.
cricket, this. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think anyone got dropped particularly, but I think people left, like Michael Clark. After
that is
winning the World
different.
Cup, he
That
announced
is
that
different.
the Ashes in the English summer will be my last
Yeah,
assignment as
yeah,
the
yeah,
captain, and I pass on the baton to Steve Smith, who was the vice
yeah.
captain at that point of time.
Uh-huh.
And
That is
these
different.
are,
That is
yeah,
different because Michael Clark didn't play any ODIs after that, if I'm not wrong. He played the Ashes and then he just left, right?
yeah, exactly, because he was getting the consistent injuries of lower back. That's why.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
No, I
So
don't
that
think
is
anyone.
yeah.
I
So
don't think anyone.
that is why while it is a right decision in the interest of the team, it is also at the same time the harshest decision ever made on an Indian captain. These are very heavy words that I think will be very hard to digest, especially for Rohit Sharma fans and also for all Indians alike, because he's the one guy who broke our uh, kind of losing streak in ICC tournaments. He led us to two trophies. In 2027, should everything go right, Rohit Sharma will be there as the opener, unfortunately, not as the captain. But I do hope and pray that he gets that opportunity to lift the World Cup for India. I think that's the least we could say. And I think on that note, I think we should also celebrate the captain that was Rohit Sharma uh, and close off this podcast with that. Phenomenal captain, phenomenal figure, brought guys like Kuldeep Yadav back into the side, brought fought for players like Shreyas Iyer. We all know about that incident right before the Champions Trophy that had happened. That Jaiswal was supposed to play and Iyer wasn't. Thankfully, I don't know if it was a miracle or it was a scheme by Virat and Rohit to make sure that Shreyas gets his spot in the 11. But whatever that was, it was good. Yeah, I think we should
Also,
all celebrate.
no, this,
Yeah,
also this Shreyas thing. Now I remember from this Virat and all. In 2021, I believe when before getting that injury, the shoulder injury, which changed the course of his career, Shreyas Iyer in that England series at home, Pune. So at that point of time, what I remember was Virat was pushing him, pushing BCCI to make him the vice captain in
yeah.
the white ball formats. That was the thing. And those are very confirmed reports. But that
Uh-huh.
injury happened and everything went adverse after that for him. Mistreated for like 6 months and all. And then, yeah, you know.
Yep.
So I think Shreyas Iyer, I think they have done him very dirty, if you ask me. Because if Virat Kohli is saying that he's the next captain, if Rohit Sharma admires him that much, and also coming from the Mumbai cricket circles, so I believe he should have been given a go as the captain.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think, yeah, that's it. That's for sure that Shreyas Iyer should have been the next captain if Rohit Sharma was actually not considered as a captain for the 2027. What I don't want them to do is just drop him randomly. I don't want that. You said you believe in Rohit Sharma's performance and he has to get his place based on his merit. Okay. Give him that opportunity. Don't just drop him if he goes bad in 3, 4 matches. Give him that proper role. Okay. If you want him to play long innings, just tell him that boy, you don't need to go aggressive. Gill will take that charge. Just make sure that you give that clarity to Rohit Sharma. Because now that he's not the captain, I don't think he can take the decision on his own to go aggressive. Because again, BCCI will bring in these data points to show that, okay, we want this one. Yeah. So those sort of things, I hope they avoid. And I do sincerely hope for their own sake. And I believe they will score, of course, but I hope that they get those runs and kind of cement their spots once again. It is a very sad thing for us to say this because we know how great these two players are, and it's kind of unfortunate for us. So yeah, on that note, acknowledging the captain, the great captain that Rohit Sharma was, uh, I think his legacy should always be cherished. Yeah. On that
Yeah.
note, we end this podcast. Uh, Please let us know your opinion about this whole situation. How do you feel about it? If you are a Rohit Sharma fan, we definitely would love to hear your thoughts on this one. Uh, we'll see you in the next one. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, consider subscribing to our channel, share it to your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Up until then, ciao.